September 14th, 15th, and 16th, Paul was on the property and made some improvements. Looking at the first property line and then down the road, we have enlarged the parking area somewhat manually and removed a few small trees. The small one on the right may still have to go, but I can get my Pathfinder through here. It's a squeak, but I can do it. Can't get a trailer or something bigger through here yet. This is going to be along the property line with 14-foot clearance between the property line and the dome. We'll come down to this area and we'll have a little turning area. And come down to the future steel Quonset, which will sit in about this area here. The northern boundary of the Quonset has been moved up a ways to save 3 trees on the right. That means we'll have to claw into the hill about 6 feet, and we'll shore that up with 3 tiers of 5 railroad ties with dead men put in between using the power equipment. We can claw out, lift in, and backfill as needed. The dome itself is sitting slightly farther east than it was before, and I realized to have the good view I really should move my 2 triangle windows to this corner and use my egress window to the west. That probably makes more sense in terms of heating as well. I endeavored to collect as many rocks as I could yesterday. There's still plenty more to be collected, but I've got to start on a rock pile that eventually can be used for the lower trim on the exterior of the building. The area next to the trailer will be clawed out another 4 to 6 feet so that there's ample room to enter and leave from an automobile and perhaps turn a small one around. The recent work on the county road, which is almost finished, involved rotomilling the old blacktop. I will be contacting the main contractor whose farm is right across the road, and he will be asked if I can buy about 30 to 40 yards of remaining fill from that blacktop removal. Although it does get clumpy, it does make a good fill and base, and we will use that to fill in low spots. I'm estimating 40 cubic yards will raise this up to about the hood of my vehicle, maybe a little higher, from the edge of the trailer to about halfway up the road. And from there it's just a matter of distributing it where we need it. Probably backfill for the retaining wall. It's a beautiful morning again. Rained the last 2 days. There was a party in Collbran last night on the street, the Oktoberfest, with an UPA band, bratwurst, and beer. And it seemed everybody knew everybody. That's a good sign. Some of the old wood that was cut is piled along the boundary line. Kent Hill, who is an experienced excavator, will be doing the work, and I'm waiting for him presently so we can discuss what he can do in the next week or two. He has cows to move, so does everybody else up here that has cows. And there are a number of other Western type chores that have to be accomplished before the seasons change for good. Everybody is in a rush to get their construction and excavating done, and I am no exception. The Quonset is going to be a 28 by 17 foot structure with extended vertical walls so it reaches 19 feet. Eventually I will put a steel deck inside and build what I want in terms of a second floor for model railroading. The height of the Quonset will not exceed where my vehicle is right now, so it should not interfere with anyone's view. I had a good meeting with the electrical engineer, William Marsden, in Grand Junction. He's almost my age, and we seem to know what each other is thinking about and what would be a preference. We're going to put one motion sensor light on the outside at about this side, and another one on the A-frame so it shows the drive. We'll have two video cameras on the outside, one at the A-frame and one at the overlooking the side door, which is about straight ahead, and probably one at the Quonset, and maybe one inside the dome itself, trained on the doorways and stairs. There'll be a number of sconce lights on the outside, 4 to be exact, and I will use all of those other sconce lights inside, as well as a nice dining room 2-light hanging pair of lights, and eclectic looking lights in the bathrooms, probably a fluorescent box in the ceiling, puck lights, and the Minka fan over everything in the center of the top of the dome.